What do you swear on your life to be 100% true? I boulder 289. Friend that went with me is notorious for making up details. No one believes me. 288 here. Luckily it was in a tourney and I have trophies to prove it. Unluckily, my friends don't give a shit. Rocks are soft and squishy. They just tense up when you touch them. Cocks. My life will get better. Everything will be alright in the end, and if it's not alright, it's not the end. Time passes quicker the older you get. Do the things right now that you want to do, don't wait for later. Your brain reuses pathways to make memories when it can. If you do the same thing every day, then it reuses them rather than forming new pathways and new memories. Reusing an existing pathway makes time feel faster, forming new ones makes it feel slower. The older you are, the more pathways you have to reuse. The more settled down you are into a routine, the more you reuse the same ones. The more weird and crazy shit you do, the longer your life feels. So go out and do new things, live in new places, try new experiences, and you'll have a longer life. Also, adrenaline makes you save memories more vividly, so scare the shit out of yourself whenever you can. The makers of baby wipes intentionally wrap them in a way so when you pull one out the container you get 2 to 3 and waste them because they are a bitch to put back in. What I do is I keep an extra empty package of wipes and put the ones that come out unintentionally in that package. It's so much easier to put them in another empty package instead of trying to cram them back in. You always run the risk of not pushing them in all the way, so then the package stays open and all of a sudden you've dried out the whole thing. This way you don't have to worry about that, and you can just shove them in and close it up. It might be worth a try for you. The way people drive and the way they use a shopping trolley are directly linked. I swear by this, and also how they walk down the street. I'm convinced people who go sideways or stop at the middle of the sidewalk without looking around do the same when driving. There's definitely something amiss in this universe and we're not ready for it. No, you can't make this comment and just run away. Please explain, I'd really love to understand what do you meant by this. Stock market manipulation. The reason why a handful of billionaires own all of the major news sources. You can summon your period by wearing white pants. That whoever threw that paper, their mom's a hoe? Man, I hope that great teacher still out here calling children mama's hoes lamau. Disney made Frozen so that when you Google Disney Frozen you would get search results about the movie and not about Walt Disney supposedly being cryogenically frozen. Now this is a conspiracy theory I can get behind. Every cart I pull at Walmart has at least one square tire. Being alone is better than having the wrong people in my life. Prove me wrong. The worst thing in life is not being alone, it's being with people who make you feel alone. Robin Williams. Those may not be the exact words, but I was too lazy to Google it. They changed the Reese's recipe. The chocolate is hit or miss, sometimes it's amazing chocolatey goodness and sometimes it's all crumbly and tastes like ash. But nobody else knows what I'm talking about and Google doesn't either. That the printer will always run out of ink or that the paper will get jammed when you're already rushing and stressed. Happens all the time. 100% true. 20 years in IT, now I do training in tech support and I teach this to my classes. Callers will often be frustrated because technology doesn't generally fail when you're just chilling and have time to kill. It fails at 2 AM when you're finishing your major presentation due first thing in the morning. Be kind, be understanding, empathize. Then fix it for them. Black bears are learning that they could benefit from a friendly relationship with humans after seeing how easy domesticated dogs and cats have it. They are in the early stages of trying to domesticate themselves. Source: none. I just see TikTok videos of bears being cute near people. They love the swimming pools and heated jacuzzis. The average human is an idiot. Can confirm. I'm average and an idiot. Back pain can make your life a nightmare. Can confirm. Have serious back pain, life is a nightmare. That disagreeing with someone's opinion isn't an attack on them. Earth is not flat. If the earth was really flat, cats would have pushed everything off the edge by now. That I will die in a car accident on August 27th of an undisclosed year. About 15 years ago, a friend of mine told me about a disturbing dream they had. I had died in a car accident, and it was August 27th, they didn't know the year. 2 weeks later, another friend told me the same thing. They had a dream in which I died in a car accident on August 27th, again they did not know the year. Here's where it gets wild, these two friends of mine had never met. They did not know or interact with each other, had never been in the same room with me. They didn't even go to the same school, nor were they connected on social media. Back then it was just MySpace or AIM. So two separate friends from two completely separate groups of my social circle had a dream that I will die on August 27th of an unknown year. I believe it. And while it's certainly stressful around that date, it's kind of a load off for the rest of the year. Silver lining and all that. Do you just avoid getting in a car on August 27th? It is the kiss of death to change lines at the grocery store. I go to the same cashier every time. Don't care if she has a line and the next register is empty. She's a sweet old lady, and the 3 minutes of conversation we have while I'm checking out make my shopping trip more pleasant. Aliens exist somewhere in this universe. Only two options exist: we're either alone in the universe, or we're not. Both are equally terrifying. Arthur C. Clarke. People don't genuinely care about deaths of strangers they don't personally know or haven't met. If people had the option to choose to sacrifice 10 lives of people they have never met to save one they love, they would do it without hesitation. They probably wouldn't admit it out loud, but they would agree to it. I would sacrifice millions for the person I love, lol. My bidet attachment cleans my asshole better than TP. The inside of USB ports are designed to switch round to ensure you can only plug in USB cables on your third attempt after twisting it round, then twisting it back. The creator regrets not making them work both ways. It was an option, and would have cost a small fraction more. About 25 years ago I saw a black panther jump across the road in front of our car. It was about 20 feet away and we just missed it. It jumped from out of the bushes on the left, landed in the middle and then jumped clean into the bushes on the right. It was about 4 feet long with a tail almost as big. This was at night and my GF and me saw it clearly in the headlights. My neighbor, I don't live there anymore, in Texas, saw a black panther drinking out of his pool. It was late at night and my neighbor was silently drifting around on a floaty. Looked over, and there's a panther drinking the pool water. Not being available 24/7 despite being reachable 24/7 is fine. Come tell my boss that. Please, I beg you. I am better looking than my twin brother. If my morning routine is disrupted, the day is gonna be bad. History is written and preserved and distributed by the winners. Humans are capable of lying, twisting facts to show themselves, places and people they like in a good light. Modern world has PR agencies for rich and connected. Combine the two and history as we know it is a twisted version of what really happened. Live long enough you see history twisted from just 20 years ago. Has made me super cynical over pretty much anything. My default is whatever I am hearing is bullshit. If I'm having a bad day it can always get worse. Like nuclear bomb detonating in your country and you are outside of the kill zone but in the zone where you get third-degree burns worse. OJ did it. If the glove don't fit, he still did that shit. I look good in the mirror. I look terrible in photos. The good news is, the mirror is more accurate than a picture. Everything is temporary. A sandwich is always better if someone else makes it for you. Money does buy happiness. You cannot convince me otherwise. Sure, okay, it is not everything, you can be depressed and rich, but no one gonna tell me that money does not buy that cute stuff I wanted to wear or that delicious meal I'ma be cooking. Hollowing out the entire moon to build a theme park inside of it would be a good idea. Also, I'd turn the entire surface into a large hotel. We're whalers on the moon. There is always someone better and worse than you at everything. Be humble when winning. Edit, Bolt is a legend. Just as all of the world record holders through the decades are. Maybe not at this moment, but maybe tomorrow or next decade they will be someone better. My dad told me this when I was a young one. I always believed it to be true. You have to say this edible ain't shit to fully activate the edible. If my children are really into a fruit or a snack, the minute I buy a big box of it, they will be sick of it and never eat it again. Edit, I can see now that we need some kind of centralized lunchbox snack exchange system. I can trade someone 55 pouches of Welch's fruit gummies but only for Wegmans red fruit tape, which is evidently the new favorite thing. I think the scarcity of a snack makes it more desirable. You can't make everyone happy, but you can make everyone unhappy. You can make things foolproof but the world will make better fools. Reminds me of a Douglas Adams quote, a common mistake that people make when trying to design something completely foolproof is to underestimate the ingenuity of complete fools. If you're running late you will be stuck at every possible red light. And if you're trying to take your time because your carry-out order won't be ready for another 15 minutes, you will catch every possible green light. Sunday does not have 24 hours. And Monday has about 1,000 hours. If your bus is late, spark up a cigarette and it will instantly arrive. And you will have to wait 2 hours for a bus, only to have 3 arrive at the same time. John McAfee's body is still in a freezer in a Spanish morgue. Had a passenger tell me he came into their bar once. Said he had like 6 armed security dudes with him, sat at a table by himself, and paid for his drinks individually in cash so he wouldn't leave a paper trail.